Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Shouldn't we test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the one frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, we've used our one and only chance. As soon as the Institute figures out what we did, and I gotta believe those brainiacs won't be caught napping twice, that code we've got is useless.
Yeah.
Let's
Fuck
do
it.
this.
We'll do it live.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Ah, damn it. Now I've got to calibrate everything all over again.
It's alive! It's just... Oh, wait.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this. Sure.
Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest.
Is Kate coming with me? Kate better come with me.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
What's happening? Okay. I'm quick saving right now. Oh. Nice. Waiting for someone to walk in and be like, "Hey, what are you doing? You aren't supposed to be in here," and then, you know, shoot me up. You think there'd be someone watching the teleporter? Seems like, you know,
Hello.
Father?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
I will when I'm done looting the place. Institute lab code. Is this the elevator? Nope. What's this button do? I like the elevator.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Goddamn. Why can't you just be evil?
Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
God damn.
But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Give me my son back, you son of a bitch. Yeah, you know, kid's like 11, hasn't even met me, thought that Kellogg motherfucker was his dad, you know. He's probably gonna be like, who the hell's this guy? I don't want to talk to him. I'm gonna be like, son, I missed you, and then I missed 11 years of his life. I'm like a dad who abandoned his kid, and then came back. Sean! I love you!
Jammed. Don't have the key.
I don't know what a spanner is. Ear examiner. I'll take that. Clean coffee cup. I don't know what that means.
Can't pick this. Sean.
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean. It's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Yes, it's me. Your dad. I'm here, Sean.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh, shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Oh, this is exactly what I was fucking talking about.
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
I want to choke you.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't shoot you in the face right now.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I
What?
am Your son.
Did not see that coming! What?
It's really you. After all this time.
Yes. It's true. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
Well, shit. Goddamn. Fucking M. Night Shyamalan plot twist right there. Okay,
I hope you're not too overwhelmed.
How could I not be? How could I not be too overwhelmed? Found out my 10-year-old son, whom I lost, is now 60. And I just missed his entire childhood. I am now younger than my son. This is... I need alcohol.
This really is a matter of importance.
How is he not reeling from this? He's like, Daddy, you know?
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
This is touching. I might actually,
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But, Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes, that is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them. and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Well, I'm reeling from this. Okay, first let's, I mean, if I'm obviously not gonna be killing anything down here, so let me put on Reginald's suit. Cannot equip while in power armor. This is Reginald's suit? Okay. Kind of expected it to be a suit. But, okay. Got 13 charisma. Got 11 charisma. What? Still more than 10, so...
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
He's definitely impressive.
Yes, it's pushed our technology to the limit. We've gained some valuable insights in terms of both hardware and software. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
I don't need a synth. I found the real Sean.
Yes, but not the Sean you were looking for. In some ways, the synth is far closer to what you expected. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Sean.
Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science and willpower can accomplish.
What do you got in your room? Microphone. Wine? You're too young to drink. Lots of folders. Undamaged camera. Broken light bulb. Who stores a broken light bulb? What is this area even for back here? Preserved cigarettes they smoke down here? You think scientists would know better?
I'm through.
Kellogg's occasional presence continues to unnerve the others. At first, I thought they were really intimidated by confidence and arrogance, or perhaps even afraid of external being. Kellogg is, after all, a killer, but after to witness the reactions, gauge their side. It's as if it detects something else, something I probably should have anticipated. Jealousy. Kellogg is a living memorial to a forgotten program. He's an augmented human being, a cyborg really, and the benefits he has received cannot be denied. But really, the scientists could not care less about the enhanced reflexes or greater combat efficiency. No, the cause of their envy is something more practical, more primal, his enhanced life expectancy. Just how long will Kal-El live if he passes naturally, however unlikely that may be? It's hard to say. He's already more than 100 years old, older certainly than any other human in the Commonwealth. His complete physiology has been altered. Perhaps he'll make it to 150, maybe even 200? Let the petty have their petty jealousies. Kellogg is a living testament to the ingenuity and superiority of the Institute, and I take no small pleasure in knowing that must irritate him to no end. Whoops. I.O. can only confirm sightings outside Vault 111 and again in Dam Cities. Sometime later, what that means, I'm not sure. Will we actually meet? Was this all for nothing? No, not nothing. Oh, I've learned valuable things about myself in my past. Either way, I cannot afford to let my emotion get away. I must simply observe and record. I'm told Kellogg has gone offline. Strangely, I find myself thinking Dr. Walker. He had such high hopes of Kellogg. Such faith in the implants, what they could mean. I still regret eliminating that project, but I know where it would have led us. Walker has never shied about his goals, and too many others were starting to listen. In the end, I believe I was justified. The Institute was preserving humanity, not some bizarre amalgamation of biology and technology. Hydroponics program functional. Synth output nominal. Child synth project under quarterly review. Weapons diagnostics ongoing. Phase 3 behind schedule. Directors are still offline. Above ground operative terminated. Retention programs functional. Functional. Maxed. Air water recycling functional. Director access. Synths shut down. Like all the synths? Because that would be fucked up. This is still gonna be like his office. Ooh, Addicto. Yes, I'm picking up the clean coffee cups. Need the ceramics. What's this little hole? That's weird. My fusion core's been removed.